All good things must eventually come to an end, and the chapter of Mario Kart 8 Deluxe's Booster Course Pass is no exception. After 9 years of Mario Kart 8 and 6 years of Mario Kart 8 Deluxe content, it is officially drawn to a close as we know it. That's not to say they left without a bang for Wave 6 though. In addition to giving us 8 remade tracks to race on and introducing 4 new characters, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe also received an update to version 3.0.0. This update brought tweaks and added features to the game, even for those who don't have the Booster Course Pass. Even though we were already aware of some new additions like the music player and the new Mii racing suits, they also included some smaller details and further refined the gameplay experience. The ones that particularly stood out to me was an added feature for creating an online room with an actual room ID, adding a cute new staff credits for the Booster Course Pass, essentially patching item bagging, and some balancing the characters and vehicle customizations. The true highlight of this wave for me still remains the tracks themselves, as they serve as the vibrant playgrounds where we get to pick our favourite character, compete, and most importantly have some fun. G'day folks, my name is Swiftjar, and this is the 6th and final part of my Booster Course Pass ranking series. As we have done with each episode so far, we will be picking up the tier list where we left off. This means by the end of this ranking video, we would have ranked every single course in the DLC on one tier list. I'll also be reviewing the DLC characters in this wave, along with the Mii racing suits. Wave 6 overall has been an absolute blast to race on so far, and I thoroughly enjoyed experiencing them with you all for the first time live on stream yesterday. None of the Wave 6 tracks in my opinion are bad. In fact, at this point in time, this wave is sitting at my second favourite wave by the minuscule of margins, only just being beaten by Wave 4, which is still my number 1. In terms of video structure, we will quickly restate my tier list ranking and adjust it accordingly to how I feel right now. We will then go through each Wave 6 track in the order they appear on the select screen and rank them individually in 1 of 6 tiers, with S obviously being the best and F being the worst. We will then conclude with an overall tier list recap of the entire DLC and my thoughts on the new characters and Mii's this wave. A quick disclaimer though, these are simply my opinions. It is subjective. At the end of the day, I'm just some random guy on the internet, so please don't take these to heart. To also better navigate the video, you can simply utilize the timestamps below. And just a friendly reminder to be subscribed to this channel so you never miss out on our Mario and Mario Kart content. Plus, you'll even be part of the giveaway as per the pinned comment below. Alright, first up, I'll be moving Toad Circuit from the D tier down to the F tier. Following that, I'll be promoting DS Mario Circuit to the highest point in the C tier. Next on the list is Mushroom Gorge. I'll be readjusting this to now sit at the top of the B tier. Additionally, Singapore Speedway will be relocated just above London Loop. New York Minute will also be moved to the B tier just above Sydney Sprint. I'll also be switching Tokyo Blur and Sky Garden around. And to complete the adjustments, I'll be moving Snowland down to the B tier, just above Mushroom Gorge. Aside from that, the rest I'm really satisfied with. Now, let's get on to the rankings. Kicking off the ranking is the Acorn Cup, and the first track in the lineup is Mario Kart Tour's Rome Avanti. Having been a Mario Kart Tour player, I was already well acquainted with this track prior to Wave 6, and because of that, I was eagerly anticipating this one. This track held a special place to me as my second favourite city track in Mario Kart Tour, following very closely behind Athens Dash. Despite the high expectations, let me tell you, this track took everything I loved about its 3 Mario Kart Tour variations and combined it for the ultimate Rome experience. Rome Avanti for me feels like the perfect follow-on from the start of Wave 5's courses with Athens Dash, where that track particularly took the focus away from the bustling cityscape and focused more on the mesmerising ancient ruins. Rome Avanti may not replicate Athens Dash's extensive ruins to such an extent, but it does feature them occasionally. This track looks beautiful at night, taking us on a thrilling ride through Italy and even the ancient Colosseum. It strikes the perfect balance between the modern cityscape and the inclusion of some ancient ruins and historic statues. The music here sounds fantastic, and I love the fact that fuzzy rings are introduced to Mario Kart 8 Deluxe for the very first time. Every second of this track is memorable, and a personal highlight for me is gliding past the Trevi Fountain, dodging chain chomps in the Colosseum, and tricking off the rocky wrenches branches containing their Super Mario Bros. 3 design. This real-life city location still remains as my second favourite from the Mario Kart series. Due to this, I'll be placing it in the A tier just above Moonview Highway. Boy oh boy. Let's go ahead and move on to the second track in the Acorn Cup, DK Mountain. Now, this track had me a little bit nervous prior to release, maybe a little shaky some may say. As one of my favourite courses of all time in Mario Kart Double Dash and even Mario Kart Wii, I had some seriously high expectations here. You see, in my analysis and comparison series, I pointed out that fencing was added to the shortcut going down the mountain, potentially making it impossible to shortcut. I also noted that the smiling trees from the original weren't too obvious in the trailer. Thankfully though, after my experience, my two major concerns were eliminated with this track. The trees are back with their smiley faces, and the shortcut is indeed possible. If this track brought back the fundamentals from the original, it was always destined to be a guaranteed winner, and I'm happy to confirm that this is indeed the case. DK Mountain in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe delivers an exhilarating and intricate racing experience. It's packed with numerous obstacles and demanding corners, plus it's just a visual marvel. The cinematic rise to the top of the volcano is peak Mario Kart when it comes to taking in your surroundings. The descent down the mountain is just as good. It's filled with complexity and rugged terrain that makes drifting quite a challenge. I love how the ramps are now gone and instead you're tricking off parts of the cliff. They even brought back the half pipes, the Bridge of Doom, and the volcano looks as epic as always. It's just a straight up win for Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, plus the rearranged music is just glorious. This should come as no surprise because this is racing straight into the S tier for me, just below Merry Mountain because I have an apparent holiday season bias. Moving on to the third track in the Acorn Cup, we have Daisy Circuit. This track simply looks gorgeous in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, offering that standard picturesque seaside resort setting with breathtaking views of a coastal town against the backdrop of a mesmerizing sunset. In my personal opinion, it is one of the finest courses ever designed and the best circuit in the Booster Course Pass to date. If you like Daisy Circuit from any of the past installments it featured in, you are simply in luck because it plays and looks the best in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. It is a simple course, but there is nothing wrong with that. I'm a real big fan of the newly added gliding section over the golden fountains as well. The theme alone of Daisy Circuit and the real chilled music for me has a ranking in the B tier, just above Mushroom Gorge. I personally would have loved to see Daisy Circuit get the Peach Gardens treatment. I think that honestly would have bumped it into the A tier for me. Rounding out the Acorn Cup, we have Piranha Plant Cove from Mario Kart Tour. This scenic course is situated on an archipelago, adorned with underwater ruins and all meticulously designed with a captivating piranha plant theme. I love the fact that the underwater ruins bears an uncanny resemblance to the legendary underwater city of Atlantis, and it really just gives me Pirates of the Caribbean vibes. In Mario Kart Tour, this track had 3 separate variants, each taking you through different parts of the cove. This was cool, but it does play much better in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, where it's all combined together. It makes the track feel extremely unique as you're exploring so much throughout your adventure. From racing underwater in the ruins to on top of the ruins, to the edge of an island, to even exploring the depths of a shipwreck. It's pretty damn epic. What stands out to me in this track is the unique enemies that you encounter. You have your standards like the Thwomps and the Cheep Cheeps, but this track brings back Morays, Clampies, Jelly Beams, and even Bulbas. This is simply the best ever version of Piranha Plant Cove, and it's a really good way to round out the Acorn Cup with a very adventurous sectional course. The only criticism I do have is that it is a little long, but the track just looks too amazing to complain about, and the music just really fits it as well. This track will be making a splash into the A tier just behind Athens Dash. Now we're halfway through the ranking video, I'd love to suggest that you join the Swift Cafe Discord, where you can chat with Mario and Mario Kart fans 24/7, and even race in time trial competitions. With DK Mountain taking place right now, you can find your invitation along with my Twitter handle down in the pinned comment below. This brings us to the final cup in the Booster Course Pass, being the Spiny Cup. The first course we are presented with here is Madrid Drive. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe's version once again takes all 3 routes presented in Tour and combines them into the ultimate Madrid experience. The music here goes so freaking hard, especially with the music change going into the football stadium. Madrid Drive takes you on a thrilling journey through the city streets of Madrid, a bustling train station, an art museum, and most notably down the middle of the Bernabeu football stadium, with lots of CR7 Goombas going at it. The sleeping Wiggler in lap 1 in the plaza becomes awake in lap 2, which is a really nice touch. However, I must admit, despite its exciting elements, this track does feel somewhat bland to me. The lack of significant elevation changes may contribute to this, but it just kind of blends in with the other European city tracks. Don't get me wrong, I really do like this track, but it just doesn't stand out to me like Athens Dash or even Rome Avanti. Regardless though, Madrid Drive will be steering its way to the top of the B tier, just above Sydney Sprint. Coming in cold in the second spot is Rosalina's Ice World. This track offers an exhilarating racing environment featuring slippery corners, road blocking icicles, split paths, snowy caves, and even a chilly underwater segment for racers to conquer. The wintry landscape is truly a spectacle, set against the starry sky, very reminiscent of Rosalina's origins from Mario Galaxy. It seamlessly blends space and snow themes together, adorning the track with hues of blue and golden stars, really creating a captivating and immersive experience. If you enjoyed Rosalina's Ice World in Mario Kart 7 or Mario Kart Tour, you are definitely in for a treat here. This track brings back everything from those 2 renditions and even introduces some noteworthy additions that really enhance the course. The addition of the extra wooden ramp shortcut at the end and the added half pipes in the first cave section just feels so seamlessly integrated. The skybox featuring galaxies and nearby Mario Galaxy planets is also a sight to behold. The added details such as smoke coming from the huts, light up stars around the course, and the ever cute penguins just contribute to the overall charm. The only minor gripe that I do have with this course is that the camera angle around the tight turns can be a bit wonky at times. The music here is also a nice touch as well. Overall, I really do like this track. I'm going to be placing it at the very bottom of the A tier. Making a fiery entrance next is SNES Bowser Castle 3. This track is hardly recognisable compared to its SNES counterpart, but fans of the original will undoubtedly appreciate this track for keeping the fundamentals intact. This track is heavily inspired by its appearance in Mario Kart Tour, where it was transformed into a 3D masterpiece for the first time. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe's version takes the foundation laid by Mario Kart Tour and really elevates it to perfection. Anti-gravity is now a prominent feature in this course, and this marks it as the first SNES course to incorporate anti-gravity. The welcomed additions of thwomps at the end of the course and fireballs as track obstacles just overall contribute to the overall excitement. The music featuring a metal theme really complements the Bowser Castle ambience. The graphics are also outstanding, with little details like steam rising from the lava, a menacing volcano in the background, and even bone piranha plants just adding to the overall environment. This track is blazing a fiery path straight into the A tier for me, just in front of Coconut Mall. Rounding out the entire Booster Course Pass, we got the ultimate ending with Wii Rainbow Road. Straight up, this track is incredible in this game. Hands down, this is my favourite Rainbow Road in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. Everything that made the original amazing is back, and everything that brought it down in Tour is gone. This version of Rainbow Road is absolutely frantic. There aren't a ton of obstacles, but there are several ways you can fall off. Not only that, but there are split roads, sharp turns, massive gaps, and even a mandatory half pipe for racers to get through. Not only is this track layout fantastic, but Wii Rainbow Road's design matches it. It of course has a space theme, but what makes this different is that it has a strong correlation with Mario Galaxy. Within the track you'll find the launch stars and even floating star bits from that series. It just feels super right. For me personally, this track is perfectly encapsulated by the cinematic rise through the Rainbow Air Tunnel, and just taking in all these new amazing graphics in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. I also love that if you are to fall off the track, a commentator engulfs your car, and you're even presented with a fireworks sound effect just like the original. I also really love the new color palette for this track, and I'm just so happy they even brought back the sound effects when going through the Star Ring boost panels. For me personally, me, this track is floating right into the S tier, just above Squeaky Clean Sprint. This is the best Rainbow Road in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe in my personal opinion. And there we have it, folks. This is my overall thoughts on a tier list ranking for Way 6's tracks. Now, let's briefly delve into the new playable characters and the Mii costumes. Pauline was my main in Mario Kart Tour, and now she'll be my main alongside Daisy in 8 Deluxe. Her animations, dual designs, and even her voice lines are just brilliant additions to this game. From classic Mario Odyssey lines to the entertaining act of lifting up her microphone during tricks. Her air horn also being a classic throwback to the original Donkey Kong game was also pretty epic. Funky Kong is also pure class. His animations, especially when grabbing the surfboard, are nothing short of epic. The air horn is also pretty hilarious, especially when you start spamming it because it does sound a bit like Donald Duck. Diddy Kong's inclusion was definitely a welcomed one, but also long overdue. And Peachette just brings her own charm to the roster, I guess, and her biker outfit is actually pretty classy. The Mii suits are all fantastic as well, especially because they all come with their own unique animations. I particularly love the Cow Mii suit and its trick animation, along with the cheap one as well, where you kind of swim like a fish. While I may not use them that frequently in races, the effort Nintendo put into giving each Mii outfit distinct animations is definitely commendable. But let me know down in the comments section if your tier list would be any different from mine. Also, let me know who your favorite character is and how you're enjoying Way 6 overall. As a whole, Nintendo has not dropped the quality here, and I'm super satisfied. I have lots more videos planned for the future in regards to Mario and even Mario Kart as well. So I hope you look forward to them. If you enjoyed this video, it'd be much appreciated if you could leave a like and subscribe.
Thank you!
It honestly helps out the channel a lot. Finally, a massive shout out goes to all of our members. You are all absolute legends and you inspire me to always make the best possible content that I'm capable of. Until next time, take care and goodbye.